Hello and welcome back. We're going to do a little bit more fractions work today. Now this is the second video, so make sure that you did the first lesson and you have it all complete and uploaded before you get started on the second one. They will make a lot more sense in order. So we're just going to be reviewing a little bit more about fractions. First off, a unit fraction is whenever you have one of a certain kind. So 1 is always the numerator no matter what the denominator is. And that these unit fractions can be added up to make a non-unit fraction. So that's what usually you see as like 2/3, 5/7. Those are non-unit fractions. We are going to be doing some really pretty cool math today. And it all goes back to the same basic understanding of parts of a whole and how we can add and subtract, multiply and divide all of those parts. So, looking at our sheet today, we are going to write an equation that shows the total of all unit fractions. Each bar is one whole. So this is one whole, and I want to write a chain of unit fractions that is going to give me the explanation of what I can see with my eyes. So I'm going to have you pause the video here, and you can work this out on your own scratch paper, and then come back and we'll correct it together. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 of these. So 1 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, not done. Plus 1/6 equals 1. It is an equation because of that equal sign. If I would not have put in that equal sign, I wouldn't have followed the directions. So always make sure you really carefully follow those directions. Now over here, I'll give you a moment again to pause the video, and we'll answer this one together. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/5 equal a whole. So I have 1, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them equals 1. I could also write it 5/5. These are both equal equivalent names for the answer. Here it says, write an equation that shows the total of the circled parts. Oh, we got this, no problem. I will have you pause the video and then we'll come back. All right, here I had 1, 2 of these fourths, 1, 2 fourths, so I've got 2 on top, 4 on bottom, plus 1/4. And here I've got 2/4 plus 1/4. I haven't filled up the whole thing. I used up 3/4 of this rectangle. I haven't included the whole thing, so it doesn't equal 1. Now here I've got 1, 2, 3/7 plus 3/7 equals, oh, I used up most of it, but again, not all. 3 plus 3 is 6 out of the 7. Now down here, we are doing the same idea, but instead of showing the fraction bars, we're just using the numbers. If you want to draw them out and draw fraction bars on your own scratch paper, go for it. That's a great strategy. If you are ready to move on to just using the numbers, that's also great. So here I have 1/8 plus 4/8. And as you've already done your homework for the last lesson, you should remember, oh, all I have to do is add how many pieces? 1 plus 4, I have 5/8. And here, 2/7 plus 3/7, I have 5/7. Now this one is a little bit more complicated. Don't let it scare you. I'm going to have you pause the video, try that one on your own, and then we'll come back. And I am going to demonstrate that one using our fraction pieces. I did steal these out of the building before we left over the break. So we have, here's our set of numbers again. We have 3/9. So I'm going to find the 9ths section, and I'm going to put down 3/9. Now, the next number that I am adding in there is 2/9. Let's see if I can show these all together at once. 2/9. So I've got 2 more ninths there. And then it says 1/9. Nice. And then I have 2 more ninths. Now, this looks a little scary at first. There's a lot going on, but oh, it's all ninths, and I'm just adding different numbers of them. I have 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2, all of ninths. I'm just going to add them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I almost have a hole. So when I'm adding these, all you're considering is just how many of these kind of pieces do I have? And in this case, the denominator is 9, and that's not going to change. The numerator, I have a total of 8 pieces. So when I put it all back together again, I have 8/9. Very good. So down here, this is just a good practice on what is a unit fraction. So pause the video and then come back. All right. A unit fraction always has a numerator of 1. So 1/8 means there's only one of them. That makes it a unit fraction. 1/6, there's only one of them. That makes it a unit fraction. And 1/2, there's only one of them. Makes it a unit fraction. All right. I kind of like this one. Put hats on 3/5 of the heads. Oh, there's 5 of them. 3/5? Oh, 3 out of 5 of them get hats. Now, in math, when you're supposed to draw or illustrate your strategies, we don't need to go super into the realistic art, right? I know how to draw hats. I could draw you a beautiful, realistic hat. I just need to do the problem. So in math, don't worry about having the most perfect, realistic artistry. All right. This car is 1/5 of the train. Use rectangles to draw the whole train. Okay, so if this is 1/5 of it, I know that the whole train is going to be how many of these rectangles? Pause, draw it on your scratch paper, and then come back. All right, if here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's very much just adding a series of unit fractions to get to 5/5 is 1 whole train. Very good. Now for the next couple questions, we have our circle graph. Shirts, hats, and shorts. So I will give you a moment to answer each question and then come back. So do 11 and then come back. All right, so what fractions are hats? That is going to be 1/4. What fraction of the clothes are shirts? Oh, that's 1/2. I practiced soccer for 1/4 hour and volleyball for 2/4 hour. What fraction of an hour did I practice? Pause and come back. All right. You should notice that these numbers are very much like what they had you do up here. So if you practice soccer for 1/4 of an hour, and then you did volleyball for 2/4 of an hour, you're talking 1, 2, 3/4 of an hour. Sorry, my handwriting's a little sloppy there. The porch floor has 9 identical boards. Jody, but it's spelled wrong. Mine has an I in it. Painted 4 boards, and Chris, yeah, I know, right? But it's spelled wrong. His name has a K in it. Painted 3 boards. What fraction of the porch floor have they painted so far? I will pause and have you come back. All right, this is another one where I would do a simple sketch. So I have a total of 9 boards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Always check your answers. It says that Jody painted 4 boards. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I painted 4/9. Oops. And then it says Chris painted 3 boards. So Mr. Delaney painted 1, 2, 3. He painted 3/9. What fraction of the porch have they painted so far? Oh, well, I can just add that together, right? 4 plus 3 is 7/9. And I can check my answer here by saying, yep, 7 out of the 9. So 7/9 of the porch. All right, and my porch does actually need a little bit of painting. True. All right. For your assignment, I have attached and uploaded onto Teams a series of word problems. Now, in these word problems, you are welcome and encouraged to write them out and to draw your strategies. Whatever you upload is just going to be your final answer works, but you are welcome and encouraged to draw and sketch and work them out with materials and counters, whatever works best for you. But what I am going to recommend is just like this one where we did a simple sketch of it. This is going to really help you with your number sense and your ability to have a good idea of whether or not your answer is a realistic answer, if it's a reasonable answer. Now, I have included the answer key because I want you to check your work. If you come to one where you say, I got a different answer, that mine didn't work right, I want you to go back in and figure out what you might have missed or what might need to be changed. So when you're typing these on the internet, usually we write our fractions with it straight up and down, where I have my numerator, my division line, and then my denominator. When you're typing these, the easiest way to do it is your numerator, then the backslash line, and your denominator. So for example, on this keyboard here, this is the backslash line. So I can type in 7 backslash 8, and that would make 7/8. So hopefully you have been able to kind of figure out how to do that with typed answers. And I am not so concerned about whether or not your formatting is perfect. I just want you to focus on the fractions. All right, have a magnificent day. Keep working on your homework and remember to upload your finished product up onto Teams so that I can see your ideas. And again, if you have a really great set of scratch paper with all of your drawings and your illustrations and your work and your thinking, go ahead and take a picture of that and you can share that with me too. Thanks and have a wonderful day.